how's it going? This is Steve with Reshoevn8er once again. Today we'll be cleaning a pair of turtle doves. 350 Boosts. You can tell that they're pretty dirty. We'll be using our Reshoevn8er starter kit, which comes with our sneaker laundry system, suede and sole brush set. We'll also be using our brass bristle brush to help clean the soles, and we got a Reshoevn8er bowl. If you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that today. We do lots of videos to help you clean your shoes, so on and so forth. So let's get started. All right, so the first step in this process is to insert the adjustable shoe trees. Now that we have the shoe trees in, you can see it'll make the cleaning process much easier because we can apply pressure to the toe box without it indenting. This will assure that we get a better clean out of these. Then we're just gonna add a little bit of the solution into our Reshoevn8er bowl. And the first brush that I'm going to use today is going to be the suede brush. The reason being is it is the softest bristle and it creates the most lather, and this is going to loosen the dirt. So basically what we're doing right now is we're just loosening the dirt for these stubborn stains, cleaning the rest, cleaning the uppers, the soft mesh, and then we'll come back with the stiffer bristle. Okay, now that we've loosened the dirt, I'm gonna hit some of the more stubborn areas, like right in here. You see the grease on that. Got some dirt right there. I'm gonna take our all-purpose brush and I'm gonna clean these. You gotta be careful when using the all-purpose brush not to mess up this material. Since it's soft, you don't wanna fray it. So I'm just gonna go very gently in one direction, using actually the tip of the bristles on the front end. Same thing here. Now we're going to be moving on to our sole brush. I loosen the dirt some more with the all-purpose. I kind of do it in 3 stages when I clean. I clean the soles with all 3. This is the final brush. Actually, we might move on to the brass, depending on how clean they get with this sole brush, but we'll find out right now. Let's just take a little look and see. So as you can see, the sole brush, so on 350 Boost, unfortunately they painted the sole, so that's wear, but as you can see, it's much cleaner up front now that I use the sole brush than it is on the heel of the sole. Now I'm kind of just looking to see if there's any more spots that I can get any better, and there's a few in there. But overall, this sole brush did the trick. I'm not even going to need the brass brush today. So now, some of these stains from this grease that aren't coming out with these brushes, I'm going to use the tip of my finger and a microfiber towel. I'm going to dip the towel into the solution. And what this allows you to do is apply more pressure. See how it's pretty much gone now? The brush wouldn't do that. And then the washing machine should clean the rest. It'll get the dirt that we just moved around here, and it'll get the dirt behind this material out. See, there's some dirt in this mesh still, and I don't want to use the brush because the stiffer bristle brushes might ruin this material or fray it, so we're just going to use the towel. Looks better. You don't want to do it too hard. I think this one overall is ready to go in the wash. I'm just going to do the same thing to the left shoe, and then we'll be able to put them in the washing machine. I want to remind you, it's about having the right tools for the job. Obviously, you see we have 3 brushes here. We have our sneaker laundry system. So if you want to clean these properly, these things are only going up in value. Take care of your turtle doves or your Yeezys or whatever shoes it is that you might have. Get the proper tools. And you can find them all at Reshoevn8er.com. Okay, the last step in this process really is to put these shoes in the washing machine. First we're going to put them in our sneaker laundry bag, which which we have here. The easiest way to do that, face the shoes opposite directions, and all you do is slide them in the bag. Don't forget, put your laces in there, get those clean as well. Lock that down. Nice little slip knot right there. And tighten this. Now they can go in the washing machine. Make sure it's cold water. This is the most important. We're gonna do extra small load here, and then we're gonna do just a regular wash, short cycle, about 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna pull the Yeezys out of the washing machine. Just had it done. So, look pretty good. Pretty clean. It's hard to tell with these that they're still wet, but believe me, they are. So they look good. I'm gonna let them dry, put the laces back in, good to go. We're back with these turtle doves. As you can see, the deep stains came out. They turned out really clean. The bottom is a little worn, so I'm gonna put a pair of sole shields on them today. But as you can see, they look pretty good. So I'm gonna protect the investment and protect the soles. So the first step in this process is to take your sole shields here, and you want to set the shoe on top. We're going to trace out the shoe so we can cut out the design. So we're on the matte side. I'm going to take a permanent marker, trace around the outer of the sole. I'm going to take my scissors and cut on the inside of that trace mark. Now that that one's done, I'm going to set it aside. Go on to the left shoe. Now the next step in this process is take the alcohol prep pads and clean the bottom of the shoe. Even though these have been cleaned, we're still going to go over them. Make sure there's no excess grease or anything on there that will affect these from sticking. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply the sole shield to the bottom of the shoe. You want to unpeel the sole shield, and I like to start from back. I kind of lay it on there loose and then make some minor adjustments. Okay, so now that I have it like this, I'm basically going to take my fingers and I'm going to get it to stick to the bottom of this sole as good as I can before I apply any heat. I just lifted this up so I can kind of get in the grooves and not have to stretch the material so much. You want to be particularly concerned with the edges. Now that we have this one there, do the same thing over here. It's just like anything, the more prep work you do, the better it's going to work and the easier it's going to be to finish. I recommend using a heat gun. Don't use a hair dryer because it's not going to work correctly. I have a towel here because this heat gun gets pretty hot. The more air bubbles that you get out and the more flat it lays on the sole, the better it's going to stay. Now the tip, obviously don't keep the heat gun on the sole too long. You will melt it if you do. Pay close attention to the edges. Make sure that you get the edges as flush to the sole as possible. Now that we've finished applying the left shoe here, we're going to move on to the right. Again, be patient, take your time. I'm getting the grooves one by one. Make sure you get, if you're doing a pair of 350 Boosts, you get each groove individually. It should take you a little bit of time. It should probably take you 20 minutes to do these. So, just an FYI. Alright, now that the sole shield has been applied on the sole of the shoe, we're going to take the traction pads. These are traction/drag pads so you don't wear through the material, and they help prevent slippage. What I'm going to do is cut them out to fit. It'll fit nicely right there. Take this, trace it. Peel that off. Apply it right where you want it. Smoothing it out. I'm just going to take this one, full length. Okay, now that they're clean, the bottoms, the soles are protected, we're going to use our Reshoevn8r water stain repellent, and we're going to protect the uppers. When you're spraying your shoes, you want to stay about 6 to 8 inches away from them in a well-ventilated, preferably outdoors space, and even strokes. You don't want to hold the spray on there too long in one area. That concludes the session on these turtle doves. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, just to recap, we used our Reshoevn8r starter kit. We used a pair of sole shields and defender to work on these today. Don't forget to use our promo code for 15% off YouTube Clean at Reshoevn8r.com.